All right, we're in my old hometown of Chino Hills up here in Heaven's Ranch. I'm here with Annie. Annie, tell me a little bit about this majestic looking place.
Well, that's exactly why we call it Heaven's Ranch, is because it feels like a little bit to heaven to all of us here that work here. Actually, it was a working cattle ranch back in the late 1800s.
Wow.
And since then, a dairyman took over the property and started a calf ranch here, and that's when he bought his first ranch hand, the house. And the house is original here. It was bought out of a Sears Roebuck magazine. And actually another one of our original structures is the original bunkhouse that the cowboys used to stay in.
What year are we talking about again?
Those are the late 1800s to the early 1900s.
Wow. Would that make those one of the original houses in all of Chino Hills?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely, and a lot of people don't know about it. It was one of my pipe dreams to restore some of the original structures here at Heaven's Ranch, and we were able to do that.
Tell me a little bit about the horses that they're going backwards, forwards. The horses that you have here, the 75 that you board here.
About 50%, 50 to 65% are boarded. The other half are, sad to say, mine. But,
oh, wow. Okay.
In 2008, we opened a nonprofit, a 501c3 nonprofit for horse rescue.
Wow.
And so actually the horses that you're seeing working out in the arena right now, all of them have been rescued. And it doesn't actually mean that they were being starved. This guy was rescued too.
Check this out.
This is tough.
Is he whispering something in your ear?
Yeah, sweet nothing. So what the program here I started rescuing horses that had a future. So it didn't necessarily mean that they were being malnourished or beaten or not taken care of, but possibly with the economy, people couldn't afford to keep their horses anymore. So they would call us, and I would rehabilitate them and put them to work. So a lot of the rescue horses here are in our lesson program that we have for children and through up to adults. And also all of these horses work the ranch for us. They help us bring in the cattle, fix fence line, they do movies, they do birthday parties, and they flirt with us.
They flirt. Right now, what are they doing? What are the trainers doing right now?
Well, these girls, and I have to say that the ranch is predominantly ran by girls.
Okay.
They're students, and they help me out a lot here. But what they're doing is these horses need to be exercised anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week, depending on their age and what we're rehabilitating them for. So we make sure that they stay trained and tuned up for the lesson program and to use on the ranch.
Tough. I'm just trying to talk. It's all good. No threat here, okay? It's all good, buddy. Can the public come here to actually go horseback riding?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
Now, I want to be clear, we don't do any guided trail rides.
Okay.
So we take our riding very, very seriously here. So we're here to teach the public how to ride.
Are we talking about here in a
Yeah, we started in a smaller arena where we teach them all the horsemanship, anywhere from taking them out of the stall, grooming them, saddling them up, and working them in a smaller area. And then once they get to a certain level, then we move them up to a bigger arena, and then pretty soon they're going out on trail on their own.
Really?
So they'll never have to go on a rental string again.
Wow, no kidding. Yeah. No kidding.
Absolutely.
So you can basically ride the open range is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Wow, interesting.
That's our goal.
Oh my goodness, that sounds so much fun. So how often throughout the day will you or your trainers be riding horses?
The majority of the day.
The majority of the day?
The majority of the day.
Do you realize there's so many people at home that wish and want to be where you're at and where they're at? They're going, really?
Yes.
How could somebody come up here to either experience this or work with you? Do you have those opportunities?
We do have a volunteer program, and so we require the people to take some classes here because most volunteers, they don't want to come up here and do weeding or raking. They want to interact with the horses. So it is important that we get the experience on them in order to do that. But we love it. The more help. Without my volunteers and my ranch hands, Heaven's Ranch wouldn't be.
Wouldn't be.
Yeah, I'm very, very thankful. I'm very thankful for what I have because I do like my job. Every day
great.
My feet hit the ground, I love what I do.
That is awesome. Is it a daily thing we have people come out here to ride the open ranch?
Absolutely.
Really?
7 days a week. That's
So you're going to ride for us?
Actually, right now.
All right, cool. All right.
Most people think that the horses are controlled from the tip of the nose to the shoulder only like this. This is how as kids we learn. We just steer the horse. But we make sure that the horse is controlled from the tip of the nose to the base of the tail. And with that, we use our reins and my leg. And you'll see his whole rib cage turns.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Okay. And we turn to the right. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about spurs is that they're not used to bang on the side of a horse. The reason we have rowels is so we rub them up. See
So
that?
it's like rolling
rolling
up on
right
the
up.
horse.
And
Okay.
see how his rib cage moves?
Oh yeah, I see that. Okay, yeah.
Horses are taught to move away from pressure. See, I put pressure on his nose right now. He's moving backwards.
It doesn't look like you're putting a lot of pressure either.
No. All these horses are trained to be real, what we call is real light in the mouth. But if you notice, Tough doesn't even have anything in his mouth. This is the original bunkhouse. This is the bunkhouse I was talking to you about from the late 1800s. And so it's still here. I haven't restored it yet, but we're working on it. This is, you can tell that the burlap is still on the wall. That's what they used for insulation.
Oh my goodness, so just like
stay
potato
warm.
sacks or?
Yeah, just like your, yeah.
Wow. Keep it nice and cozy in here,
Yeah,
what you're saying?
yeah.
Wow.
I think we get a little breeze in here now.
Just a tiny bit of a breeze, but it's the thought of being in something that's so original to the area. That's kind of cool.
It's really cool.
When people come out here, do they have any interest in checking out these old places?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So
yes,
this,
a lot of photography gets done here. A lot of our movie shots get taken here.
So we're talking 18?
I would say about the 1880s.
1880s?
1890s.
So cool.
Joel, this is what we call stanchions, and this is where these actually, the cows can stick their head through and they're fed out here. And these used to, one handle at the end of them would lock them in.
Oh, wow.
So they would be locked in and they would have to eat. And that's when you can come out and do your vet checks. You can check the cows and see where they're at as far as their health. So we are equipped to do approximately 275 head here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they used to have about 275 milking cows here, which will lead us to another original structure we have here on the ranch.
Okay, well, look at that, like segments.
Okay, Jill, so I told you that we had another structure here that
Yeah.
kind of goes along with the stanchions and the milking cows. So years ago, they used to milk the cows and they put them in those cans. That's where the milk cans. This is the original milk house on the ranch.
Huh.
And so this is because this was the coldest part of the ranch. It's concrete, so it would keep it pretty cold. So all the milk cans would be stacked in here and the milk truck would come by and pick it up. Now this I did restore.
I was gonna say, it looks like...
It's the original structure,
Okay.
but I just put more wood on it and painted it, and now we have a refrigerator and a stainless steel sink, and we use it for a bar
Oh, okay.
because we have weddings here.
Gotcha. Weddings behind it, as we were walking by, she had
Yes.
pointed that out. Wow.
Yeah.
No kidding.
So-
Oh, this is so cool. So cool.
Yeah.
Well, you've seen it, and apparently people can come out and explore it. A little piece of heaven up here in Chino Hills, only in the Inland Empire, Heaven's Ranch. Annie, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for coming out and joining us here.
You bet. And Tough doesn't want to move.
Tough.
Tough. You're showing how tough you are,
There
right?
it is.